It is a chilly autumn day, which means it's time for our annual review of the fall of Tim Hortons. Hello, food freaks. Welcome to That's Rank. It is October. The kids have settled in at school. The leaves are changing. Most of us have given up hope on our putrid football teams, and by God, it's when donut shops come to play. Now this year at Timmy's, we've got a mix of some of their classics, along with a few new additions. And even if I covered these items last fall, it's always possible that they've tweaked their recipes, so it's important to keep on top of this stuff year over year. And hell, even my taste buds may have matured since then. Although the likelier scenario is they've immatured, but nevertheless, it's important to stay fresh year over year, so let me introduce you to the 2022 fall treats. The pumpkin spiced ice cap, pumpkin spice muffin, pumpkin spice dream donuts, creamy maple pecan dream donuts, loaded chili, and also this red eye coffee, which isn't part of the fall lineup, but is here for a limited time, so what the hell. And not a single apple treat to be seen in the lineup this year. Y'all are lucky I love pumpkins, otherwise I'd probably be staging a sit-in. All right, given that the pumpkin spiced ice cap is probably the most time-sensitive item, even though it is only like 6 degrees Celsius outside right now, I'm gonna start with this one right here. Although I've gotta wonder how it's possible that we're sitting here in 2022 and we haven't developed a frozen drink that can't melt yet. Willy Wonka had his melt-free ice cream all figured out back in 1964, and you're telling me with 58 additional years of technological progress, we haven't outsmarted a sociopathic candy maker and his height-deficient staff? Now, iced caps are generally one of the most consistently good items on Tim Hortons' menu. It's pretty much as close to a sure bet with a restaurant that I would call inconsistent at best in every other area. So I'm actually having the iced cap instead of the pumpkin spice latte because I covered that last week as part of my pumpkin spice latte showdown, and shock of all shocks, it finished dead last. I think I spent about a half hour off camera swearing at it. You ever seen a grown man swear at a pumpkin spice latte before? Because I've got footage. So yeah, there's absolutely no chance I'll be taking another sip of that fermented mongoose anus again this year. Oh, that is good. Actually, that's even better than good. Ice cap, great job as usual, just getting it done. Well, except for that whole peanut cross-contamination thing earlier this year, but we don't talk about that. In the ice cap itself, great pumpkin spice flavor. I really like the syrup that they're using. Like, it's got all the pumpkin spice components that you want. And then, of course, the whipped topping, just brilliant. It reminds me of a pumpkin pie. I do wish, however, that it had more actual pumpkin flavor in here, and I know it's just called pumpkin spice, which is like cinnamon and nutmeg and not pumpkin, but I like pumpkin. I'll go A tier, and next year, if y'all find a way to puree just a little bit of pumpkin in here, I will rock you right into the S tier. I know, the S tier probably seems like a dream for you, Tim Hortons, but it's also everything I know you've ever wanted, so get it done. Before we move on to the red eye coffee, let's see what hockey cards we got this year. Not much of a hockey card collector, but I've seen the set and it looks fun. I don't know which cards are good and which ones aren't, so y'all will have to tell me. All right, we got ourselves this shiny red Chris Kreider. He's shiny, he's red, and I've never heard of him. Victor Hedman, one of the best defensemen in all of the NHL, and Andre Vasilevsky. All right, so I got myself a couple of cup-winning players and this New York Rangers guy all in red. Let me know if these things are worth anything or if they help anybody finish their collection, and maybe I'll give them away to one of the card collectors that I know watches these videos. All right, this is the Timmy's new Red Eye Coffee, and oddly, I think it was trialed in Manila of all places before coming to Canada. Really, guys? Canadian company isn't getting to be the test market? What the hell? You know what? While we're at it, and I used to live in Manila, so I know this for a fact, they've got a bunch of cheesecakes over there as well, and I'm not even kidding. They've got stuff like Bananas Foster, they've got strawberry cream cheese, they've got dulce de leche, and they even have Cinnabon. Why, Timmy's? What did we do to you to deserve this kind of treatment? We built you up only for you to tear the Canadian people down. Y'all can keep the tuna pie though. I don't want the words tuna pie anywhere near a Tim Hortons menu. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Anyway, the Red Eye is basically an over-caffeinated cup of coffee mixing espresso with their usual coffee blend. The name is both so right and yet so wrong. Wow, that's gross. So I'm not an espresso guy. It's just too much of a concentration of bean juice in a single squeeze. It's like eating that frozen juice right from the can. And I tried that as a kid, thinking it would be the world's greatest freezy. I want to say that I was bouncing off the walls from the sugar, but I was more likely stuck to them because that shit is sticky and it's gross. It's like a giant orange stick of glue. It's D tier. It's not undrinkable, but it's really unpleasant. Like if I was tired and in need of energy, I would just take an ice cold shower and wait for my balls to retract so far they kickstart my heart. This is a big nope. This is a returning item, and I think it's been on the menu for several years now. Basically, it's just a pumpkin muffin with some pumpkin seeds on top and a cream cheese filling in the middle. I probably reviewed it last year, and if you want to find out what I thought about it last year, scan the archives. Let me know what I thought, because I sure as hell don't remember. All right. Let's get a piece with a little bit of everything, get some of that cream cheese icing. There we go. What's up with that icing? I'm actually going to pause to collect my thoughts for a second, because if you watch my Dunkin' review, what I'm about to say might be confusing. But what the hell is up with that cream cheese icing? So with Dunkin', I was really clamoring for some cream cheese icing on their products. I just need a hint of the richness and the fattiness of the cream cheese. But this right here, it's almost cheddar-like in flavor. Like, it's super cheesy. I don't want my cream cheese to be a big stinking block of cheese. Remember those old Cheetos commercials where Chester would come on and be dangerously cheesy? That's this. The muffin itself is okay. I really like the pumpkin seeds, but the balance in that icing is way off kilter. I can't encourage this behavior, and even giving this a C rating would be telling them that your food is average and this is acceptable, which it's not. I'm not gonna go all the way to the F tier. We'll save that for their pumpkin spice latte sewer drippings of the world, but this is still definitely in the D tier. Timmy's, we're gonna need to sit down and have an intervention. This is the only non-pumpkin item this fall, since the red eye isn't officially part of the real menu. Oh, you know, I guess I've got actually the chili as well. I still don't know what the hell that's all about. I just hope to God that the chili's not pumpkin spice. Could you even imagine? You know, cinnamon and chili? That might work for the people of Cincinnati, but I'm not gonna stand for it. Actually, that's a lie. I really like Cincinnati chili. Oh, I got it. Butter tarts. A butter tart donut. Come on, what would be more Canadian than that? It screams fall flavors and it's not pumpkin. Tim's, you'll need to put me on your board of flavor design and taste testing as well. We're gonna start by making a good pumpkin spice latte. So I think these are some candied pralines on top, and presumably this drizzle right here is chocolate. The donut itself smells like maple, so let's go ahead and slice it down the middle, because the dream donuts are usually filled with something or other, and this feels pretty bulky to me. Not that I would ever judge anybody based on their bulkiness, it's what's on the inside of a person that counts. Unless the insides suck, then I'm judging the shit out of this. Anyway, this looks like Boston cream filling. You know, that has some promise. That's all right. I think what I like most is the pralines, because it adds a really nice crunch to the back end of the donut. Otherwise, it's basically just a regurgitation of their maple cream donut. So dream donuts are supposed to be unique, and I don't know if this is unique enough for my liking because it is so close to the maple cream donut, but I'll still go B tier on it because it is a good donut. I just don't know if it's worth robbing a bank over in order to afford one. You know, not like that snacking bacon from Dunkin'. Now that is worth committing a federal crime. Well, it's been a sad, sad show from Timmy so far. So this pumpkin spice dream donut really needs S tier status, or this year's menu is gonna be a giant wasteland of suck. So what we've got on our hands here is a ring donut with orange icing that I would hope is pumpkin spice flavored. It's also got these candied pumpkin seeds and drizzle, which I guess is vanilla. So a best case scenario sees this tasting like a slice of pumpkin pie. Oh, we gotta cut it open, of course, because a lot of these ring dream donuts still have stuff filled inside of them. Not all of them, of course, but the bulk of them. But some pumpkin pie filling in this would be exquisite. Absolutely nothing. I'd say I'm let down by this, but I think we're way past that point at this stage. It's basically par for the course. So let me start with what I like here. The candied pumpkin seeds are really nice. Again, it's doing the same sort of thing for me that the candied pralines did for the maple one. It gives the donut a little bit of texture, so it helps this stand out from a standard Timmy's donut. I also really like the fact that the donut itself is pumpkin spice flavored. It's got good nutmeg, good cinnamon. It's got a really good base. Unfortunately, they didn't take it far enough because the glaze, it's nothing. It tastes like sugar. Both of them, both the orange and the white, it's just a layer of calories. They desperately needed it to be something more than that just to really amp this one up. I hate to say it, but this is C-tier material. As a normal donut, it would probably be really good, but they put the Dream Donut label on it. And Dream Donuts have traditionally been their strongest offerings on the menu, and this is a major letdown with that label. I don't feel that it's worthy of the Dream Donut title. You know, frankly, neither one of them are. To finish up, this loaded chili might be the single least advertised product in the history of Tim Hortons. It's not on the featured fall menu, it just sort of slipped onto the lunch menu somewhere. The stores don't even have it listed anywhere. It's very weird. I'm hoping that it doesn't mean that it's straight dog, but if they're not advertising it, I've got a bit of an ominous feeling about this. So I gotta say that I'm glad that they're messing around with their usual menu just a little bit at Tim's, because their chili is actually one of the standout items by far, and at some point this fall, I'll actually see how it compares to other heavyweights in the chili department at Wendy's and Panera, and maybe Subway. I can't remember if they have chili or not, and I admit, I don't really care. Subway sucks. All right, I'll get in here and get some close-ups for y'all, but let's see what they've got going on. It definitely looks like they've thrown some cheese on top of this chili, and that was really overdue. They allow you to order cheese on the app on their regular chili, but the one time I did it, and guys, I swear to God this is true, they literally just tossed a whole slice of cheddar on top. So it looks like they finally invested in some cheese graters. Huzzah! Right, it looks like we've also got some rice in here as well. I don't know how I feel about that. And on top, it also looks like they had some crispy onions before I let them sit here for like a half hour. Hey, you know what? I bet those would have been good when it was fresh. Value-wise, I'm not sure this is it. It's literally the same thing as their regular chili, but now they've bogged it down with a couple of pennies worth of rice and they're charging me a few dollars more. So, congratulations guys. You've made one of the best items on your menu even worse, and you've charged me $2 more just to experience it. And just for pissing me off, I am gonna go ahead and put this in the F tier. And you didn't even give me bread to make up for it. You always give me bread with my chili. You're charging me more and don't give me bread? I'm not okay with that. Wow. This and their Christmas menus are their two biggest opportunities of the year to leave a real mark, and they definitely did. They left a skid mark. I'm at the point where I feel like Charlie Brown trying to kick the football. I let Tim's bring up my hopes every single year, and then wham, I fall flat on my face every time they pull it away. Tim's, please, I beg you, get your together for Christmas. You're representing Canada. Be better. That's all I ask. God damn.